Welcome back, guys, to another American Mates Premier League prediction show. Just before we start, we're on the road to 100 subscribers, so please like, comment, subscribe, please. We'll kick it over to Joey to explain the rules once again if you don't know, and he'll
So,
go over the scores from this week.
if you're new here for the prediction show, the way it works is a correct result, meaning you picked the correct winner or you picked a tie, you get 1 point. If you predict the score exactly correct, you get 3 points. And if you pick a result that no one else predicted, say everyone picked one team to win, you were the only person that picked the other team to win, you get 2 points. And there is a possibility for a 5-pointer if you predict the correct score and have an underdog pick as well. Starting off with last week's results, we had Brighton taking on Everton, two mid-table clubs. They shared the points 1-1. Mason and Sam predicted a Brighton win, and Ethan predicted an Everton win. And I predicted a 1-1 draw, so I got 3 points for that. Then Leeds took on Arsenal. Arsenal took care of business. They actually looked like champions for once in a game, not winning only by 1 goal or two. So they won 4-0. Uh, Sam and Mason both got points. They predicted a 2-1 Arsenal win. Me and Ethan got 0 points for our 2-1 Leeds win. Then Wolves took on Bournemouth, and Ryan showcased himself to the world, got an assist. Bournemouth won 2-0. Uh, Mason had a 1-0 Wolves win. Sam had a 1-1 tie. Me and Ethan both had Bournemouth winning, but it was I who predicted the score correctly, 2-0. I got 3 points for that. Ethan got 1 point. Chelsea then played West Ham. We all got a point here. I had 2-1. Ethan had 3-1. Mason had 3-1, and Sam had 3-0. Then Liverpool took on Newcastle. What is it? We all got no. Everyone got a point except Mason. Mason predicted a 2-2 draw at Anfield.
Oh.
So I had 2-0. Ethan had 3-0. Sam close to a 3-pointer with 3-1, but Ibrahima Konate buried it to keep Sam at 1 point.
I hate the 90th
Uh,
minute.
Start moving on to Sunday's fixtures. Aston Villa took on Brentford. Kevin Shada, an undeserved red card, but Brentford pulled it through 1-0. And yeah, we all got 0 points here. Ethan and Sam
Punditry.
Ethan and Sam predicted draws, and me and Mason predicted Aston Villa wins. Then Man United took on Fulham. It looked like Sam was gonna get underdog points here for a correct score. I mean, for a correct prediction. But then Benjamin Sesko saved me, Mason, and Ethan, and we all got a point for the result. We all had Man United winning, and Sam had a draw 1-1. Nottingham Forest took on Crystal Palace. Another 0-pointer for all of us. The game finished 1-1. Me, Mason, Ethan all had Nottingham Forest winning, and Sam had Crystal Palace winning 2-0. Then Tottenham took on Man City. It looked like Man City were cruising the game. Then all of a sudden, second half, Thomas Frank did something, and Dom Solanke got 2 goals. 1 goal probably shouldn't have counted, but, it is what it is. We all got 0 points here again. I had 2-1 Man City. Mason had 3-1 Man City. Ethan had 4-0 Man City. And Sam had 3-1 Man City. And last game, Monday night, Sunderland took on Burnley. We all got points here. Me and Ethan had 2-0 Sunderland. Mason had 2-1 Sunderland, and Sam had 1-0 Sunderland. We all get a point there. Sunderland finished the game 3-0. Talby, no, what's his name? Talby scored a banger on Dubravka. So the points for this week, I got 10 points, Ethan got 5 points, and Mason and Sam both got 4 points. So we look at the table. I jump Ethan by 2 points on 64 points, Ethan on 62 points. Sam and Mason stay the same distance. They are 5 points separated. Mason on 42 points and Sam on 37 points. There's still a lot to play for.
No, there's not, bro.
Still in Champions League, man. You're still in Champions League. You're playing
Yeah.
Europe.
So-
You're playing Europe.
Somebody in the comments, if you don't mind calculating the predictions of just the first 85 minutes of the match, I'd like to see how the table looks.
Yeah.
If the games ended at 85 minutes.
Yeah.
So now moving on to this week's fixtures. We're gonna go in reverse order from last week. We're gonna start with Mason and go the other way from what we usually do. First game Friday night, Leeds taking on Nottingham Forest, looking to bounce back.
You know, these are two teams that have run into each other in the championship quite a bit. Got a bit of a history to them. Seeing each other down there and up here. You know, this is a tough one to call, but I think at home here, I like Leeds to bounce back after their loss to Arsenal. Ellen Road must be restored. Why not do it against Nottingham? I'm going to take Leeds 2-1.
Yeah, I think obviously Leeds, tough loss at home to Arsenal. Nottingham did get a point at home against Crystal Palace. Like Mason said, these teams have met quite a bit in recent years. But I'm actually going to have them splitting the points here. I'm going to go with another 1-1 tie.
Sam, just don't believe in the power of Ellen Road. That's okay, because I do. They let me down last week. I'm backing them again this week. Give me Leeds 2-0 at Ellen Road to beat Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, Ellen Road is a tough place to play. They bring the energy. A fluke what happened last week. And I have Leeds beating Nottingham 2-1. Next fixture is Manchester United taking on Tottenham. High-flying Manchester United taking on Tottenham, who may feel good by tying Man City, but
You know, this one's an interesting matchup here because I came to notice something in my research, which is that in all competitions, Tottenham are unbeaten in their last 7 fixtures with Manchester United, with Manchester United's last victory coming in 2022. However, I'm under the Carrick spell, and I think that Manchester United are going to get this one done handedly against this Tottenham team that is wildly up and down week to week in terms of their performance. I think Manchester United's going to get this done 3-1 at home. And I think the United Strand moves one step closer to getting his hair cut.
I still don't believe in Carrick's project. They
what is it gonna take?
They
Wow.
escaped. Almost another classic blown United lead, and Sesko out of nowhere saves them. Just want to call out, I did call a Raul Jimenez penalty in the last episode. But
That is true.
Tottenham, I watched them play against Manchester City. They looked awful in the first half, but in the second half, they came ready to play. Xavi Simons is balling. Solanke is balling. Manchester United is not.
One game they're balling?
Tottenham played better against City than Manchester United did against Fulham.
No, they didn't.
And with that being said, Tottenham earlier in the year did go to Man City and get a 2-0 win. And I think they're going to go to Manchester to get all 3 points here again. I'm going to go Tottenham 2-1 away from home.
Wow.
Wow. Can't believe I just heard that. Tottenham. Again, Sam, I think you're under some sort of spell here by Thomas Frank, because that was a fluke result. Probably the flukiest result Tottenham will ever get all year. Michael Carrick, I'm telling you, is the best coach in this division. Underrated as a player, underrated as a manager. He's bringing back squeaky bum time. He's bringing back Fergie time.
He's coached
So-
3 games.
Yeah?
Dude,
What's
He's
your
better
point?
than Pep.
Yep, he's better than Pep.
he's not better than Rose Senior, bro.
Because unlike Pep, he is going to beat Tottenham. It's going to be a little closer. So I'm going to back United 3-2 once again. They'll get another winner in the 90th minute through Harold Maguire.
Slabhead. Slabhead sees him through.
You know, the notion that Tottenham played better against Man City than Man United did against Fulham is the worst take I've ever heard, because Tottenham, all their players should have had a 3.0 match rating in the first half. They looked like a pub side. Tottenham are horrible in the first half. I think Man United finished the game in the first half, and then we'll knock the ball around second half, try and score another one. But I have Man United winning 2-0 for that one. Then Bournemouth, rejuvenated with new players, is taking on Aston Villa, who is still battling a couple injuries. They got the unlucky against Brentford, deserved the result, but it wasn't to be. They have Tammy Abraham now. He's back. He did score. He scored a goal that should have been given, but they disallowed it for a play like 5 minutes after, so but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, part of me, Bournemouth are in underrated good form right now, and Villa have cooled off a little bit with some of their results lately, dropping points to Brentford and Everton, both at home. Part of me feels like Bournemouth might be a little revitalized with their new signing, Ryan, from the Brazilian league. We on this channel love him very much, and he's got quite a bag to bring to the Prem. And I don't think he's here to take part. I think he's here to take over. He's gonna put his name in that hat for one of the best Brazilian wingers out there, along with our guy Estevao over at Chelsea. But I don't think it's gonna be enough. I think Tammy Abraham's back. I think the villains are due. They've been having a great season this year. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 2-2 with this one. I think it'll be a competitive draw at the Vitality.
Yeah, kind of similar to what Mason was saying. Bournemouth kind of back into their beginning of season form. Haven't lost in a few games now, but obviously Aston Villa still trying to compete in this title race. They did lose against Brentford last week at home, but I think this is a good bounce back opportunity. So I am going to back Aston Villa here away from home, but I do think it'll be tough. But I do think they squeak out of here with a 1-0 win.
You love saying, places are a tough place to play. And the Vitality is a tough place to play. Don't shake your head. Chelsea
It's not a
couldn't.
tough-
It is a tough place to play because Chelsea couldn't win there. Liverpool couldn't win there. Arsenal barely won there. So that is why I'm going to back that little Brazilian from Vasco in Bournemouth to steal the show. And I'm going to take Bournemouth to win, to beat Villa 2-1.
I don't
I think
mind
the
it. I don't
Bournemouth win
mind it.
against Wolves. I think the Bournemouth win against Wolves was not a fluke, but I mean, I would expect them to beat Wolves, and they barely beat Wolves. They scored in the 90th minute to seal the game. I think Aston Villa with Tammy Abraham are pretty scary. He deserved a goal against Brentford, and I think he's going to come back with some vengeance. That being said, I think it's going to end 2-2 at the Vitality.
Like it.
Then Sunderland are going to Arsenal. This could seal the title here for Arsenal.
You
But
know,
yeah,
as much as I want to sit here and believe, asking Sunderland to get a win on the road is a challenge in of itself. Asking Sunderland to get a win on the road against this Arsenal team this year is like trying to draw water out of a dry well, because it's not coming. It's not going to happen. Don't get your hopes up, my fellow Arsenal haters, because just might be their year. I'm going to say Arsenal take this 4-0 at home and absolutely thrash this traveling Sunderland team.
Yeah, I'm coming on the same page here. Sunderland did steal a point against them the first round, 2-2 at home. But I do think this Arsenal side kind of backs against the walls. They do feel City behind them, trying to pass them. I do reckon, as ugly as they are to watch, as boring as they are to watch, they will find a way to win this game. So I am going to go with Arsenal 2-0 at home against Sunderland. Unfortunately.
Guys don't believe, man.
I don't.
I believe in this Sunderland team. That's okay. They don't need anyone to believe in them because they got the steel working fans backing them every week. That's why they're going to go to the Emirates and they're going to steal another point. Give me a 1-1 draw at the Emirates.
I hope so.
wow.
Granit Xhaka
I hope you're
against
right.
his former side. He's going to kiss the badge.
Yeah, I'm done hating. I'm not done hating on Arsenal, but I'm done choosing Arsenal to lose. It doesn't work. I'm gonna have Arsenal taking this game 2-0. But if Sunderland tie or get a point or get 3 points, I will be very happy.
Yep.
But I do have Arsenal winning this game. Next, Burnley. I think Burnley might be worse than Wolves, honestly. Wolves picked it up a little bit, but Burnley are taking on a West Ham who West Ham just unfortunate, man. They play really good. It's just they can't hold on to a result, to be honest.
Because they stink.
Yeah,
They stink. It's okay.
I
They
guess.
stink.
Tough one here because Joey kind of said it well, you know. West Ham might not be as bad as the results might show, but and Burnley are quite awful, but also that Turf Moor is it's a war zone over there, man. It's not so easy to go in the Turf Moor and get 3 points, especially if you're a team that's playing like West Ham have been playing and they haven't really capitalized on many opportunities. They did squeak one out in their first matchup at West Ham, 3-2. It's a tough one, man. Burnley have tied Liverpool and United and Tottenham lately. But I'm going to go with the visiting Hammers to get this one done. 1-0 away. I think it's going to be a bit of a disaster, but I think they'll get a little clunky goal in there and squeak out a result, hopefully. Pablo is the one.
Is he finally due?
He is so
I thought
due.
he scored on the Bowen goal against Chelsea,
Dude,
but I don't think he
yeah.
didn't touch
I
it.
thought he did too at first.
Should have just
But
gave it.
yeah, they should have. Sponsored by us. They should have just given it to him.
This American made goal.
Kind of taking a look at this game, I haven't really backed Burnley, but they have gotten some pretty good results, including a couple ties at home. That's good for their standards. West Ham has been picking it up, and yes, they did blow that lead to Chelsea over the weekend, but I do think that's going to rattle them. And I think these are two teams that have a very good chance of both going down. And at the end of the day, it is due to a lack of quality. And with that being said, I'm going to actually have this game ending in a 0-0 tie.
Okay. A little bit of a snooze fest.
Yeah.
Valid.
Yeah, Burnley, they defend that turf more with pride. So I don't think West Ham's gonna come in here, do what they did to Chelsea in the first half. I think Burnley, they won't win. They're not that good, but they are good at defending their home turf. So I'm gonna back a 2-2 draw at the Turf Moor.
Valid.
I think Burnley suck, and I don't think there's any good player on that team besides Axel Tuanzebe. Everybody else sucks.
I had Manchester
Actually,
United at Old Trafford.
Dubravka's pretty good.
What about Florentine Luis, huh?
No, he's horrible. Did you see the goals? Did you see what happened to Burnley on Monday? Freaking made
I think
2
Florentine.
slide tackles that
I
completely
think
missed.
I think he leads the league in defensive contributions,
What does that mean by defensive contribution?
He kicks
contributing
the
to
ball really
defending.
far.
I don't know. One of Sunderland's goals, I saw him slide and just completely miss the ball, and the guy hit it into the net. But
That center back
anyway,
Esteve is good.
he's all right. I have West Ham winning 3-0. I think Crescencio Somerville is in good form. Pablo is picking it up. Castellanos deserves a goal. Mateus Fernandes is their best player. And yeah, I have West Ham winning 3-0 away from home.
Up the
Next game.
ass.
Next game is one of my favorites. One of my favorite two teams. Fulham taking on Everton at the Craven Cottage. Stands are going to be rocking for this one.
Not only is it two of Joey's favorite teams, but it's two of his favorite flavors. Two of his favorite players is what I meant to say. Tierno Barry and Harry Wilson going at it. We all know Joey loves Tierno Barry. Everton are 1-1 draw merchants for some reason. 4 of their last 5 games ending in a 1-1 draw. Don't really know what's up with that, but Fulham having a great year for themselves this year, I think. I mean, as opposed to expectations, 10 wins in 24 games ain't so bad. Harry Wilson's having himself a season, and I think they're gonna pick that up. I'm not too big on Everton this year, so I'm gonna rock with Fulham to get it done at the Craven Cottage 2-0. Get revenge for the first game.
Yeah, taking a look at this matchup, I did notice that Everton has tied 1-1 quite a bit, and their only other result was a 1-0 win. Low-scoring games for them. That's David Moyes' ball. Fulham crushed my heart last week after I had a 1-1 tie at United, and they pulled off a good comeback, and then Sesko ruined it. So I do have this one ending in a 1-1 tie once again.
I don't think Sam must have heard where we're playing. We're playing at the Craven Cottage, mate. Fulham defended with pride. No team from Merseyside is going to come in and disrupt the fans. Fulham are going to bounce back after losing last second to Manchester United by beating Everton 3-1 at home. Harry Wilson bagging a brace.
Nice.
Yeah, as I've said, Craven Cottage is a tough place to play. They don't really lose there, but they're gonna beat Everton 2-1. Do think Everton can score a goal, but I just don't think they're good enough to beat Fulham or get a point at Fulham. Harry Wilson playing amazing. Kevin got his first Premier League goal for Fulham this weekend. A good goal against Manchester
What
United.
a goal.
Of course, his first Premier League goal comes against against Manchester United. But he's looking good. I don't think they didn't really sign anybody in the winter, and neither. Oh, Everton got Tyreek George, but he's not going to make a difference. But yeah, Fulham 2-1. Then Wolves are taking on Chelsea. Chelsea could be a little tired from the midweek game. Could be feeling it. You never know.
It's called rotation, mate. We got enough players for that.
Yeah, Wolves have had a good little bounce back. They had got a couple decent results in a row. Now a couple losses in a row to City and Bournemouth. Chelsea are in some great form under Rosinho. Obviously, the tie with Arsenal in the EFL Cup aside, they've been winning, scoring lots of goals, just playing well, coming back, just establishing themselves well. And I think it's going to be very easy to establish themselves against this Wolves team. We did get a 3-0 win under Maresca at the beginning of the season. I think that's going to be mirrored this coming weekend. I think Chelsea are going to dominate this game regardless of who plays and just take it to Wolves 3-1.
Yeah, I'm on similar page here. Chelsea flying under Rosinho at the moment. Did obviously have a game yesterday against Arsenal, so some guys may be rotated. But one of those guys I'm thinking about is a low to relegation zone merchant, Alejandro Garnacho. He will take it to Wolves. He outclasses them. And I do think Chelsea outclassed them as a whole. So I'm going to go with a demolition at Wolves. And it's going to be Chelsea 5-1.
Woo! Premier League classic. Chelsea vs Wolves.
All right, so last week against West Ham, we started probably the worst front three in world football. Garnacho, Delap, and Gittins, you'll get your chance again against bottom of the table Wolves. Please take every opportunity to score as many goals as you can, because if you can't score here, you can't score anywhere. So I will take Chelsea 3-0 with the worst front three up top to take care of business.
I
It
like
just
it.
screams like Garnacho, Delap getting one, maybe 3 Gittins assists, something like that.
Some random stat.
Have you seen Gittins play?
Dude,
That
I
guy-
think he's overhated. I see the potential.
He's just-
I see more in
Gittins-
him than I do in Garnacho.
He's just not
No.
he's not at the
Gittins,
Premier League
Gittins
level.
is the worst player in the Premier League. I'll put that. I'll
No,
put that
he's
take
not
right
the
up.
worst.
No, he's the
You've
worst
said
player
that
in the
about
Premier League.
everyone.
He's worse than
He's
Thierry
the worst
Noberi.
player in the Premier League. He's the worst player.
Have you seen
Kevin?
Thierry Noberi?
I'll say Kevin is better than Jamie Gittins.
Dude, he's got to be better than Strand Larson, man.
Guy, he's got to be better than Thierry Noberi.
I see the
You
Gittins.
know, Barry
vision.
scores. This guy don't score. Doesn't do
Yeah,
anything.
because Thierry Noberi plays striker 24/7 on a team that blows.
Gittins
Right?
also barely plays. He just needs a run
Yeah,
of games.
he doesn't play for a reason. He stinks.
Dude, Gittins on the right. It's gonna work.
Yeah,
Anyway.
right on the bench.
any team Wolves play against, I pick them to win. These Wolves suck. This Mateusz Mane hype is over. He sucks. He's not that good.
Bro,
Um,
no, stop.
I don't think he's that good. He's overrated already. He played two good games, and now everyone thinks this guy's the second coming of Jesus Christ. He's already bitching at his teammates when they don't pass him the ball.
I would too if I played for Wolves.
He just has a bad attitude. I'm glad he's not playing for Portugal. And I have Chelsea winning 3-0 away from home.
Mane's good.
Then
I don't know
another
what you're-
game that should be good. Newcastle at home taking on Brentford. Brentford picked up a good win. They are without Kevin Schade, but you know what that means? That just means Dango Ouattara's coming in to cause havoc against Newcastle.
Fair. That might be his call. Newcastle, poor skid of form right now. They are winless in their last 4. They did get a decent draw away at PSG. You could argue that's a good result, but outside of that, they haven't been super strong, both at home and on the road against English teams. And Brentford have been up and down, but they're having an overall really good season. I don't know if it's just me. I feel like Newcastle have just been underwhelming this year. Like I feel like
they've been really
I
bad.
expected a lot more out of them. Like Voltamata coming in and stuff. I thought they were going to be having a really good season. Anthony Gordon, man, that
He's
guy's
out now
They can't
too.
do it in the Champions League. It's
like
every time they play in the Champions League, they stink in the Prem.
yeah.
He might be out for the rest of the season.
Who Voltamata
Oh, that was
Anthony
a real
Gordon.
injury
or
today?
Anthony Gordon? Oh
Anthony Gordon.
yeah.
He hurt his
Thought he just
hamstring. I
didn't
don't
want.
know.
I thought he just didn't want to play.
Hey, maybe they'll
No, he
actually
hurt his.
maybe they'll play better now. Rest up, Anthony Gordon. It's not a diss to you getting injured, but as a player, not that good. Anywho, severely overrated. I think this is gonna be. Whew, I have a feeling this one might be a goal fest for some reason. Even though Newcastle are kind of known for their defense, I feel like both these teams have a decent goal scoring prowess about them. Maybe it's just a late game. Those defenses are getting tired and can't hold up as well. I'm going to go 3-3 draw at St. James's Park.
Interesting. Yeah, Newcastle has been pretty shite recently, and Brentford is hit or miss. But I do think this is a good opportunity for Newcastle to bounce back here. So I am going to back them at St. James's Park 2-0 at home.
No Kevin Shada, no problem, because they have the best striker in the Premier League, Igor Thiago.
Sir.
So that's why I'm going to back Brentford to take all 3 points at this Mickey Mouse Stadium, St. James's Park, where they just lost today to Manchester City to get out of the EFL Cup. They can't
God, the game
defend
was in
their
Manchester
fortress.
today.
They're
The game was
broken.
They lost both legs
Sorry,
anyway.
sorry,
It's fine.
sorry.
last week they lost
Oh,
2-0
hey,
anyways.
sorry. Last week, whenever it was, they got beaten by Man City in their own stadium 3-0. Even better. They can't
It's a new
defend their
week.
own turf. They're a fractured team, and they stink. Give me Brentford 2-1.
I do think Newcastle will bounce back. It is a tough place to play, but I think the fans are starting to turn on the players. I think the players are just. I think honestly, it's just overuse. Like somebody said about whenever Newcastle are in the Champions League and in all these tournaments, they suffer. They just don't really have the depth that they think they do. They have good. I think they have good winger depth, but if you look at the midfield, they can't. They don't have a chance to give Bruno Guimaraes or Sandro Tonali a break. They don't really have a chance to give the back line a break. So that being said, I'm gonna give Brentford. I had 1-1 written down, but I'm changing it to Brentford 2-1. I think Igor Thiago and Dango Wartara are a menace and it's tough to deal with.
Valid.
Moving on, Brighton taking on Crystal Palace in the what was it? M23 derby, M25
Yep.
derby.
Oh yeah, that's right.
24.
Football.
Is this the one that Ethan, that they always tie? Is it
Yep.
this one?
This is the one.
This is
I
football's
made a mistake a
strangest
couple
derby.
videos ago. This is the match they tie the most often.
They do. Odds would say take the tie, but these are two teams that I am just not super high on in any regard. I do like Jean-Philippe Mateta. That's about it. That's probably the thing I like most about these two teams combined. I don't know if that failed medical with AC Milan's gonna get in his head and hinder his performance, but I think that this derby, I think this one belongs to the Seagulls, man, at home. Even though I've kind of hated on them at times and I've been underwhelmed by them, I just think that the deciding factor will be that home field advantage. They did tie 0-0 back in November. I'm going to take Brighton and Hove Albion to get it done. 2-0 at home.
Yeah, I know Ethan has mentioned that stat about them always tying. If you asked me this question at the beginning of the season, I would have easily told you that Palace would get it done. And for some reason, I still do believe in this Palace team because I know what their ceiling is. Although they've been in the basement for quite a few months
They
recently.
don't have a ceiling much
The
anymore.
basement door might be locked.
The foundation was
But-
destroyed. The ceiling's gone.
But they did just get Strand Larson, Brennan Johnson, Ismail Assar is back. I rate Jeremy Pino. Adam Morton should be back from his stupid red card that he got a couple weeks ago. Tyler Morton would never. But I do think after a run of games where Palace was losing, they did manage to get a point last week. I think that'll settle things down. And I actually do have them going to Brighton and Hove Albion, to Seagulls Land, and getting a win away from home. I'm backing Palace 2-0.
Wow. I like it. I like that call. They also
So
carry on.
go ahead,
Ethan.
Mason.
I
go
was
ahead.
gonna say they also have Watford legend Will Hughes to power them through to a potential victory.
I forgot about him. I forgot about him.
So
The English Modric.
I'm thinking about it. Do I back the tie? I don't think I will, because Palace have been horrible. They just signed a striker for £50 million. He scored 1 goal in the league. So if they think that guy is gonna bag goals for him, then Steve Parish or whoever's in charge of the transfers needs to be fired. So that's why I'm going to back Brighton to win 2-0.
Yeah, Crystal Palace not doing too good. Not doing good on a morality. No morality. What's it called?
Morale?
Morale basis. Manager is quitting at the end of the season. Striker wanted to leave in January, almost did, but didn't. He's probably gonna just sit the bench for the rest of the season. Their captain left to join Man City. They've brought in a £50 million striker that scored 1 goal all season. It's not looking too good. Brighton are picking it up performance-wise. Ayari in the midfield looks really good. He scored a banger, but besides that, he plays really good. They just lost Brian Gruda on loan to Leipzig, which was a surprise. I thought Brian Gruda was pretty good, but Kostoulis is nasty. His dummy, Pascal Gross, this weekend was disgusting. And I actually have Brighton beating Crystal Palace 2-1. I think Jorgen Strand Larsen actually does get a goal here. I think he gets one of those pity goals that you score on your debut when the morale is high, and then it'll fall off. But yeah, Brighton 2-1. Last game may be the fixture of the weekend, or maybe a snooze fest. Liverpool taking on Man City. Man City need to get back on track if they want to stop Arsenal from winning this title. Liverpool trying to get back into top 4. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, that it will. These teams have both had some high highs and low lows this season. I feel like Man City's definitely had more of the highs, but historically speaking, these past few years, it's been a very competitive matchup between the two of them. I feel like there is an underrated energy that is brought to this fixture year in and year out. Two very high profile clubs. They just love to go at it. You know, Man City did get a big 3-0 win back in November when Liverpool was kind of at a low, not playing so well. But they are clicking now. That offense is going a little bit better. Ekitike, Wirtz, figuring it out together. That midfield's going a little. Man City looked a little bit questionable, but they've bounced back with some pretty good results lately as well. And my goodness, that roster quite deep. Every time I look at Man City, I'm like, I feel like they could field 2 full Premier League teams that are just nasty.
But they don't spend enough. Pep
Yeah,
said.
but Pep said they don't spend enough, and when they spend, they win. So maybe, what do I know? That being said, I think this will be a great game. I think they're kind of due for a shootout, maybe. If you look back, it seems like a lot of their matchups have been either one-sided or kind of a draw. I'm going to go with a 3-2 Liverpool victory at home. Game of the weekend, and probably an unfortunate blow to Man City's title race.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely the game of the week. I'm looking forward to watching it. Super Bowl Sunday. Got this. Then I got Benfica. Then I got the Patriots. Doesn't get much better than that.
Acho que eu ia.
But Man City did get a 3-0 win at home the first time. But as Mason said, Liverpool was horrible during that time. Anfield, regardless of what you guys may think, it is a tough place to play. Or it does sound that way, at least, on NBCSN.
That's because they pump audio.
So, with that being said, I do think Liverpool play well, but I don't think they get a win. But I don't think City gets a win either. So I am going to go with a 1-1 tie, and City's title hopes could go down the drain.
You know, Liverpool seem to dominate this fixture at Anfield. They love playing in front of their home crowd. They probably like to stop City's title hopes, but I don't think so. As much as I say about Semenyo, I think after watching him today, I still think he's terrible, but again, that's just me saying it. But that City attack is pretty frightening, even for Van Dijk standards. Any Liverpool fans in there watching? Van Dijk stinks. Get over it. Overrated. Belongs on the bench watching. So for that reason, I'm going to back a Manchester City 3-1 win at Anfield to keep the title hopes alive. Give me Tiani Reiners to bag.
Let's go.
Wow. I think both. I think Liverpool's obviously on the up. I think Man City a little bit of a lull of the recent. They did pick up a good win this week, but I think it's gonna be unfortunately a snooze fest. I'm back in a 1-1 draw at Anfield, and I think this is the weekend that Arsenal win the Premier League title. But yeah, I think it's a 1-1 tie.
So he's trying reverse psychology on Arsenal in this video.
They're 6 points ahead. How would they win it this weekend?
They just put it out of reach, where Man City are not going to catch up on 9 points or however 8 points.
Arsenal still have to go to Manchester.
They do.
Yeah.
And they still have to play Chelsea.
Yeah, and if you play like you did on Wednesday or Tuesday, it ain't happening.
Guy, it was a good plan.
It
just didn't work out.
Anyway, that brings us to the end of this week's predictions. Please let us know in the comments what your predictions are, what you think of our predictions. Like, comment, subscribe, get us to 100!
Come on!
Please!
Please!
Please, man!
We're stuck at 89! What are you doing?
What?
Like, comment, subscribe, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and yeah, we'll see you next video.